Take one. I have to get something. My eating board. I have to get my ding spoons. Ding spoons. Actually, you can see. Maybe on more my face, more my ugly face. Glenn says I look like a. Says I look like an imam. I don't look like an imam. I look like a normal person. Now, this is from Dalmas. This is lamb from Dalmas. Make some nice tools out of these bones. I need a bit of after I can see what I'm doing. Yum yum. Yum yum bubble gum. Stick my finger up my bum. If it's nice, lick it twice. Yum yum bubble gum. Who's fighting where now? Who's throwing more bombs at who? Kom nou. Wap on. Back. I don't want. Why is the internet so slow? This is fiber. This is fiber, dog. Thank you. Thank you. Share this woman's story. True crime, love it.
The new iPhone 17 Pro Max for only 19 rand. Buy it now on tap.
I don't want no iPhone now.
That can't be real.
Of
course it's real. No way.
My helium.
That's only 19
You
rand.
see my heat? to my helium. Making yourself at home. An interrogation room, making yourself at home. Go for it, you go, rock girl.
Come on, guys. You all want let me out? I'm not gonna hurt anybody. What else do you need me for? I could go smoke a cigarette and come back up. That'd be great. Hey!
Friends, in 2018, a home was invaded where Mary Dirian claims she was held at gunpoint. During this invasion, David Washington was killed. So then police bring in Mary to find out what happened.
I said we gotta break it down real slow.
No, they came in and like, I don't know who they are. I don't know who he was. And he held a gun to my head. And he said that if we don't give up everything right now, that he's going to shoot me. And I looked him dead in his face, and he saw that I wasn't scared. I'm so sick of people. I'm so sick. You're messed up, man. And then he felt me down. No. He got pissed off whenever. Am I not pissed? I'm sorry. He got upset whenever I looked him in the face the way he did because he held his gun in my head. You know what I'm saying? Like. And he took me by my throat and like threw me back against the wall, and I stood back up, and then everybody was like, "No, Mary, you're not doing it." And I said, "Okay," because that was just weird
Keep the meat for later.
And he made all of us get down. And they started searching the whole stuff, and they got upset because there was nothing inside the house they got there for. And there was a little kid. There was some other dude with he was kind of short and fat, and then there was a guy that had a security shirt on. And the guy with the security shirt on was the one that held the gun in my head first.
No, that's the one that kind of grabbed you by the throat.
Yeah, he grabbed me and threw me up against the wall. Like, my life was a gift. I don't take that. You know what I'm saying? Like why am I going to sit here and put up with these guys that think they can put their hands on females like that, you know?
Now, that guy with the security shirt, it's a black guy or a white guy?
All these guys. There was 3 black guys.
Okay.
I don't know if there was somebody out in the car or not. Oh,
and
the
black guy.
Like whenever we
Always got to blame the black man.
There was a guy that was turned the other direction that was sitting in it was gray, it was Mustang, and he waited for all of us to walk by and was staring at all of us because we ran down the road and we thought they were gonna come after us and keep shooting. And that's why we ran down to like that house down there. Is where else were we supposed to go? What are we supposed to do? You know? Like, and he pulled out the gun and held it to my head and said that I'm going to shoot her. Sorry, I'm also looking at you. He said that I'm going to shoot her if y'all don't give up everything that you have now. And I remember looking directly over at him and looking him inside of his eyes. And then he said, "What?" And he grabbed my throat and he threw me back. And then I got back up off the wall and I went to stand back up and they had all the guns pointed at me. And then he said, he wanted me to get on the ground. So I got on the ground, but I was looking at him. No, he felt me down. That's exactly what it was. He tried feeling me down to see what I had inside and he grabbed my ass. Somebody knocked at the door. No, they tried to take everything out of my car. And my alarm went off, and for some reason my clicker's not working. So my alarm kept going beep, 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 beep. And then they wanted me to shut it off, and I couldn't shut it off. So they went outside the car, and I guess they rampaged everything, they put stuff in there, did whatever they did. And they took my keys and my phone. I hope they didn't make it hard.
One of the guys that came inside that place that was held y'all at gunpoint is dead out in the middle of the street. One of y'all shot. Which one of y'all shot?
I didn't see anything. They shot at me.
Okay, when y'all left and y'all go to the house down the street, obviously there's a conversation between the rest of y'all. Okay? What was said?
Well, he was lagging behind, and I'm trying to run.
Who's lagging behind?
Stephon, because his head is moving.
Okay. And where's Randy?
He was
Gone.
like next to me.
Okay. And then y'all get to the house down there, then what?
Well, we almost do. But then, like, we keep looking behind us, and we keep thinking that they're going to come back and keep trying to shoot at us. And then there's this guy that's sitting over there, and I know he was watching us the whole time, but I don't know if he heard the cop sirens start coming or what. But he sped off and looked directly at us. Gold. I guess it was a Mustang. Maybe it's a Challenger. Like, I guess I could tell you which part it pointed out. And some lady asked if we were all right. And
when y'all got inside the house, what was talked about?
what the fuck just happened?
Okay.
Like all of us.
You know that old crackhead lady that was in the house?
No, I don't know her. Like,
Okay, well, she don't know y'all. Okay? And she just said, yeah, when I walked in, there were some people in there, I don't know, and they were saying, where's the gun at? Oh, it's on the side of the house. We got the gun. And we're going to get the DNA off it. So if you want to sit here and
well,
we'll play the game.
I'm not
Okay?
playing the game with you, so my
Bullshit.
fingerprints or anything is not on anything.
Okay. Well, what I can tell you right now is you have a holster in your truck.
That's my old man's. If you don't believe
Okay,
me,
well, there's not a gun to go with it. Okay? And there's 3 of y'all in the house, and you're saying it's not you that
I
had
always
the gun.
wanted to make my
That
mom
leaves Randy
a
and
pair of
Stefan.
scissors
Okay? And when
because
y'all
she
go
had
over there to the
only
house,
one
you're
hand.
talking about it because
The
the
other
lady
one
heard
was
y'all.
paralyzed. The
cameras
right
in
hand
there.
was
She
paralyzed.
hears y'all say, did they find the gun?
Okay.
Okay? Who
I
had
don't know
the
whose gun
gun?
it is.
You may not know whose it is. Who had the gun?
I didn't see. They shot at me this
The
morning.
man with the gun had the gun. Don't you understand?
I mean, I thought Stefan got shot in the head, but I think one of them clocked him in the head because he only has like that. I have no clue. Yes, like the gun holster, but that's my old man's. And if you
Good
don't believe
enough,
me, go
Brian.
to the pawn shop and you can see the PT Taurus or whatever it is that goes inside of it. He just pawned it last night.
Okay. Tonight is the night to be honest,
I
because
am.
obviously we've got a dead body laying out in the middle of the street. You're wrapped up in it. Stefan's wrapped up in it. Randy's wrapped up in it. And we got a dead guy and then 2 other people that leave. So we weren't there. Mary was there. Okay? Mary has to paint a picture of what's going on. Okay? Because we can't paint. We can paint the picture saying, yeah, there's shell casings inside the
Can't
house.
bear this.
There
I
is
want
a
give me
holster
war. I'd
laying
rather
on the
listen to
seat,
war.
The Escalade, which is yours, registered to you.
Come on.
Okay, we've got a lady that doesn't know y'all saying that y'all are talking about the gun inside the residence. Saying, did they find the gun? What are they doing? Oh, the cops are surrounding the place because they got surveillance. So we're going to see that. We're probably going to see who put the gun down there. I'm not saying it's you. But if you have knowledge of it,
CBS News.
GoDaddy has the perfect hosting plan for any website.
Don't worry, my
Low-cost
boy.
shared hosting to your own virtual
Armageddon's
server.
not gonna come. I
Every
promise
plan
you.
comes with a 99.9% uptime guarantee, along with
Who
a free domain
cares?
name and award-winning support. No wonder.
Tonight, President Trump says the United States will blockade the Strait of Hormuz, stepping up pressure on
This
Iran
guy.
after peace talks in Pakistan ended without a breakthrough. The waterway is a critical trade route and the shipment of 1/5 of the world's oil supply. And this weekend, U.S. warships crossed the strait for the first time since the war began to begin clearing
Strait of
Iranian
what?
mines. Tonight, a new CBS poll shows
If I
President
hear
Trump
that word
taking it,
again,
and
I'll
64%
shoot
of
you.
Americans now disapprove of this handling of the situation in Iran, and even more, 66% say the Trump administration has not clearly explained U.S. goals. And we begin tonight with CBS's Imtiaz Tayeb in
this might be
Islamabad.
interesting.
Imtiaz, good evening to you.
Tom, good evening. Well, the region is really on edge tonight as the U.S.-Iran peace talks break down without a deal, threatening a fragile ceasefire, the global economy, and the very real risk of returning to all-out war. As Vice President J.D. Vance arrived in Islamabad, there was a real sense of optimism here. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and the president's son-in-law Jared Kushner also joined. They arrived just hours after the Iranian delegation, led by the Speaker of Parliament, Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf, and Prime Minister
Mohammed
Abbas
Bagher.
Araqchi. The Pakistani hosts who helped broker the fragile
Hey,
two-week
you
ceasefire
Bagher.
so these talks could happen had
You're
gathered
not
at
allowed
once
to do
media
buggery here,
convention
man.
center close to
I
the
know.
luxury hotel where the negotiations were
No
held.
buggery in
To
this
cover
place and all,
become
yeah.
the highest level face-to-face meetings between top American and Iranian political leaders since the 1979 revolution. And after 21 hours of marathon talks, Vice President Vance emerged at 6 a.m. local time and said this.
We've had a number of substantive discussions with the Iranians. That's the good news. The bad news is that we have not reached an agreement. And I think it's bad news for Iran much more than it's bad news for the United States of America.
A U.S. official close to the talks told CBS News the United States
Gotta
and
know when
Iran
to
did
stop.
not reach an agreement
I
on
want to
all of
eat
the
it
following
again.
points.
I've got enough for
Ending
tomorrow.
uranium enrichment, dismantling enrichment facilities, retrieving uranium stockpiles, accepting a broader regional peace,
Maybe
ending
just some more
funding for
vegetables,
proxies
just a
like
little bit
Hezbollah in
vegetable.
Lebanon, and perhaps most urgently, fully reopening the Strait of Hormuz
And the beer, I've
charging
got plenty of beer.
tolls for passage. Major issues which throw into question whether the shaky ceasefire would hold until the April 22nd deadline, if further talks would be held, and whether U.S. forces would return to direct combat. Ayushan Hussein Syed is a member of the Pakistani Senate. Are we at the precipice of a deal or something far worse?
I feel we are at the precipice of a deal, but the very fact that the notion that 48 hours before the talks commenced, there was talk of wiping out civilizations. So that shows that both sides have an intent or a desire and the willingness to
I
give
think
peace
that's
a chance.
nice.
And tonight, Pakistani leaders said
He's
it
in
was
the box here.
imperative the U.S. and Iran uphold the ceasefire agreement and that it would also try to host further talks in the coming days, Tom.
I'm not
And
letting
as
it
two
out.
U.S. warships passed through the Strait of Hormuz for the first time since the war began as part of attempts to clear it of mines.
All right, MTS time with the updates out of the Middle East. MTS, thank you. And tonight, U.S. stock and oil futures are set to open amid new uncertainties in the Middle East. And then there is this. Iran's top negotiator and Speaker of Parliament took to social media warning Americans that, quote, soon you'll be nostalgic for $4 to $5 gas. President Trump right now headed back to Washington after spending the weekend in Florida.
Gas.
CBS's Torian Small is...
Not gas, that's
Torian,
petrol.
good evening to you. With peace talks off, what
I wish
happens
Donald
next?
Trump would do at least something.
Good evening, Tom. The president
Do
today
something
saying that
useful,
project will
Donald
save Iran
Trump.
from selling oil, but also
Donald
acknowledge
Trump.
high energy prices could continue.
Change it to metric. Change your system to metric. You'll find a lot more people will be able to do business with your shit. Inches. What are you, fucking in the Stone Age? Fucking hours. Millimeters. Tens. You work in tens. It's no fractions. You don't have to be some kind of skyrocket technician to work out. There's 10 in 10 millimeters. That just makes sense.
So do you believe
21 hundreds, thousands. You work in full numbers, man. Not 5 and 26 sevenths and 8, 9 tenths. You get what I'm saying?
Higher oil costs are fueling a surge in inflation, according to a March report by the Bureau of
Let's have a bit of a rant.
CBS polling shows the president's approval
Listening
rating
to
on
the
his
news.
handling of inflation is down to 31%. The poll also found most Americans think gas prices have been a financial hardship since the start of the war.
So I'll drive the extra 10, 15 minutes just to pay 40 cents less per gallon.
Democrats blame the administration.
Gas in Virginia was $2.81 40 days ago. It is over $4 now. Even if the
put this in
president
70.
declares victory tomorrow, those high gas prices will be with us for months.
While Republicans caution Iran is still a threat.
No one is willing to trade lower gas prices for Iran becoming a nuclear state.
Lawmakers return to Washington tomorrow. They're expecting a supplemental request to fund this war on top of a $1.5 trillion defense spending budget request for next year. Tom?
All right, Torian Small traveling with the president for us. Torian, thank you.
Your last chance to disappear until summer and come back unrecognizable. Start the chair Tai Chi flow for beginners.
Disappear for a month. On Monday, we're starting the Chair Tai Chi Challenge for men over 50. Just 7 minutes a day to boost your senior energy. Get your principal guide now.
Here's what usually happens when a guy starts chair Tai Chi. After 7 days, he feels it. After 2 weeks, he notices changes in the mirror.
Please, dear Lord, take your ugly body off. Body off of the thing now, man. I don't want that. Israel walked it up. Israel no attack. TBN. I love these videos. They're so entertaining. They are so entertaining. My senior correspondent.
Iran still holds thousands of ballistic missiles behind Trump's back. And China is on its way to arm Iran with doomsday weapons.
Doomsday. Oh my
satellite
sweet
images
Jesus.
that reveal that Iran is trying to protect the uranium in Isfahan.
Mm-hmm.
The United States is preparing for the talks to collapse. and they are sending the sea monster to the Middle East.
What's
In the IDF, they are preparing for the collapse of the negotiations with Iran and the renewal of strikes against the Revolutionary Guards in the Islamic Republic.
Really?
Several American naval ships crossed the Strait of Hormuz without coordination with Iran. CENTCOM announced the warships passed through Hormuz as part of the mission to clear the mines. What is preventing the opening of the Strait of Hormuz now?
I don't
It
know.
turns out that Iran has not opened the Strait of Hormuz because it cannot find and destroy the mines
What did they
that
do?
it planted there. And against the backdrop of the blockage of the Strait of Hormuz, U.S. President Donald Trump said that a huge number of oil tankers, completely empty, some of the largest in the world, are now heading to the
It's
United
me
States.
on the Edinburgh Castle in
Every
1971.
place in the world. And at the same time,
In
1971.
1971.
Passed through Hormuz today
Edinburgh
without
Castle.
Iranian approval for the
There
first
we
time
came,
since this war
baby.
began. Fines,
What a trip.
Vance,
Loved it.
the president, the vice president,
Loved
warned
it.
that
Loved
while
it.
in Iran, they are
Castle,
sending
Union
contradictory
Castle it was
messages
called.
about Lebanon.
Edinburgh Castle,
In the picture.
S.A. Val, and there
the
was another
meanwhile,
one, Windsor
In the
Castle.
war against Hezbollah, the terror
Yeah, we went on the
organization of
Edinburgh.
Iran in Lebanon,
That was a lovely
after
experience.
The IDF neutralized Hezbollah terrorists in Beirut.
Oh,
Dozens
where do I put all these photographs
and up
now?
to
Where do you
hundreds
store
of
the shit?
Hezbollah terrorists are surrounded in the Shiite village of Binchbed. Will there be peace in the Middle East?
No.
Right now, direct negotiations between Israel and Lebanon are set for this week in Washington, and the ambassadors of Israel and Lebanon will speak. And in Beirut, they will ask Israel for a ceasefire as a goodwill gesture.
Beirut.
Meir Pinto, with me is Mati Shoshani, and we are boots on the ground that bring you all the truth about what's happening in Israel, and also all the truth about what's happening in our neighborhood, the Middle East. And this is the opening of day 43 of the war, Roaring Lion, or by its American name, Epic Fury. The ceasefire between the United States and Israel and Iran did not end this war, but it changed its nature. The ambiguity around the agreement and the arenas like Lebanon is increasing the risk of renewed escalation.
What if you could make a song using only your voice? Let's start with the drums. I'm gonna hit drums and click cover.
Bobby wants to come and visit me, but he can't because there's rat stuff down
Today,
there.
the decisive talks began in Pakistan. It is now or never, determined Pakistan's Prime Minister, Shehbaz Sharif. Hours before the opening of the talks in Islamabad, Pakistan,
Islamabad.
with security. The streets were emptied. Vice President J.D. Vance will lead the American delegation alongside Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, and the president's
Tonight I'm
special
going to...
envoy, Steve Witkoff. Vance, heading the Iranian...
I'll step in for a commercial break. I only recommend things that work. And the next thing that I'm going to say is, I've mentioned the Polycell brush cleaner. Best. Now, this, yeah. If I could take this to China, I would sell it by the 44-gallon drum. What it does is it guards your windscreen from water. And the faster you drive, the clearer it becomes. So you rub it on. It's got all the instructions. You rub it on. And it works like magic. You leave your windscreen wipers off, and the faster you go, the clearer it becomes. So that's my next mission. Right, only I'd say only recommend things that kick ass. And Polycell brush cleaner. The one that you can clean oil-based paint. You put a cork full and you swirl it around and you put it under a tap and you rinse it off. that's you don't have to use all that thinners or terps or whatever to wash your equipment. No, it really works. Might be 100 times more toxic, but it it works. These must all go. He wants my little GoPro underwater thing, so when he goes and dives a lobster, then you can go and take the little GoPro and get the lobsters. I don't particularly like lobsters. I've had too many. It's the garlic and I like Alaskan crab. Alaskan crab is the best. If you're gonna do anything, you go and get you some Alaskan crab, either opilio or king crab, but I prefer the opilio. You'll eat your fingers off. You'll eat your fingers off your hands. You'll have white pieces of crab all over your face. This is going to do. It's a little bit more baby oil. Baby oil works like a treat. Now this one, it's got a return. This is for big people and small, for big people and small cattle. For big people and small cattle. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Now it's working. I mean, you just walk up and you just jab it in his, run through his leather, and you give him his antibiotics or whatever he wants. I've got needles here somewhere. They work a treat. Also work on your mother-in-law. One of these on mother-in-law. I highly recommend it. Yeah. What have I got to do now? Tim's seat. I just did a quality check on Tim's seat that I covered when he wants this, the thinnest seat possible in the whole world. And I put my foot down. I said, you got to have some sponge underneath the seat. You can't just have a metal, you can't just have a metal sheet covered with vinyl. You can't have so Tim's piece of shit bike. There's my stamp of approval. And off we go. So, see, I might repeat myself because I don't know when people are looking when and how and what. Because we're going to come to the crescendo. And fortunately, as numbers have it, I should have at least 100 people watching me. Listening, not watching me, listening to me. And, or even interacting. You can tell me in my murin, you can tell me, you can disagree with me, I don't give a shit. But I need to know it. I need to know the truth about everything. Not only one or two things. I need to know the truth about everything. If I don't have the truth, and I can't confirm that the truth, or substantiate the truth, then I don't believe it. I don't accept it. I just don't accept it. It just becomes a nothing that nothing has happened. And I move along in my merry day until the next truth claim, and if that's true, happy days. I buy it or use its services or pray to it or do whatever. If it's proven. If it's proven. Demonstrated. Yeah. So, Alex Honnold is still alive. I hope he lives to be a ripe old age. Alex Honnold is probably the best rock climber in the world. Bing. He climbs rocks without ropes. Some people call him stupid. Some people call him, isn't there a song that goes something like, that just reminded me of that song. Jesus, this is tight. Why is this so tight? I haven't put any, there's no activator on here. I need to get the pliers. I felt like saying to my best friend tonight, I don't care if you don't think I can't sing, but if I like a song, I sing along to it, or if I get a hum, I hum along to it. I don't care who cares how I sing. It's got fuck all to do with them how I sing. I enjoy the song and then I sing it. I don't care. I don't care that I look like Osama. I don't care. Now I'm going to pour some of this down the spout. But I'm going to first heat this up in a double boiler. I wonder what colour the body fillet is. Because I can't be having... Maybe I just put a bit of gold in there. It'll take the whiteness. I think the polyfiller is white. Standard car polyfiller. Well, when I open the big tin, when I can find the big tin, then I'll know what colour it is. Made me poke. Poke it up. Do you think that if I go to Monte Casino and I give them this chip, this is R100 chip. If I give this into Monte Casino and it's got a hole in it because it's a key ring, I keep it on my key. So if I ever need R100, I've got it with me because on my key it's attached to my key. So, but will they complain about the hole that I drilled into it? I mean, does it change its value by me drilling a hole into it? I mean, a R5 coin, you can drill a hole into it and they'll still accept it. Hell, you can get pink 20 Rand notes and they'll accept it. So I wonder. I keep this with me on my bike all the time. You see, I keep different things. I've got a certain amount of assets that I keep with me at all times. Will this get me anything? Or will that hole diminish its buying power? And or by how much? Or if by how much? Okay, right, what were we doing? Sitting down, have a cigarette. That's my beautiful mother. Shame. I miss her dearly. My beautiful mother. That was your nan, Jethro, and your nan, Lucy. She would have loved you more than you could ever in your entire life imagine. I'll tell you why later. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. They don't make anything like they used to. That's another trick. If your big lighter doesn't light, take the metal thing off. Why? Take the metal thing off. It'll light. You'll still get about 10 or 15 lights when you take the metal thing off. Cable. My life's one big cable. One big bunch of cables. Okay, that's going there. That's going there. This must go to... my standby apple. Now I want to take this apple off. I want to make a circuit for it. Then I'm going to burrow a hole in the seat. And so just the screen is poking out somewhere. And oh, it wants to, and so that I can, if my mic gets stolen, and to be do your thing. Catch the airwaves. Catch the airwaves. I don't want to sign into iCloud. Cancel. I don't want iCloud. I don't want iCloud. thank you. I just want to go to browsing. That's all I want to do, my buddy. Browserization. Browserization. So that when I move my bed, now I want to move my bed so that I can sit either side of it and work on a table either side of it, and it'll be under the window, which is lovely. You get and the sun, our face east, so I get the sun, and the signal's better in the middle of the window for some other fucking dumb shit reason. So I've got to take this whole contraption, make a gigantic thing, and just push this thing over there. Okay, hang those back. I just want to heat something up quickly before I go. Heat something up before I go. Just as I thought. Just as I thought. Look at this mark here. Okay, right, this shit's better start moving now. Got 4 to go. I have not got 4 to go. At all. What doesn't pay rent must go. Kick that bucket. I'll kick the bucket. Give me Ergonol. Two, 4, 6. And give me a shitload of Ergonol. Okay. I don't need Ergonol right now. I just need antihistamine. There's my open packet. Where is my open packet? I was looking for that little measuring cup. And just let it go down yonder. And I've got this old-fashioned, rickety old dressing table that my sister bought they were all in the fashion. These old woman's dressing table with 3 mirrors, the 2 that face in, so you can see how ugly you are. Yeah. Now, what did I want to put in this bag? I wanted to put something in this bag. Something has to go in that bag. Some things just have to go into a bag. Can't find the open ones. Why can't I find the open ones? And this is the best. Somta Win. This is the best. This is the best. Use it from everything from period pains to fucking lung cancer. My girlfriend really believed in that stuff. But where is my open ones? Fucking, I'm gonna open a closed one. Sounds a bit counterintuitive. A little bit counterintuitive, but yeah. And I kept my anti-snake venom from years ago when we were in the military and we were issued with this. There was some adders and vipers and whatever. This is from the 80s, from 1980 something when I was in the military. Snake, I think it's vipers. There's neurotoxin and there's cytotoxin. I think it was I forget now, but yeah, I've still got it. Full vial of anti-snake venom. Dwayne helped me get that. Yeah, okay, right. I've got those there. Take one of these. Orange, at least they look appetizing, David. They look appetizing. They look like a sweet orange. Okay, now let's see if I can carry on. If my blood pressure doesn't fall. I've got to take one of these. I'm going into the venti, into that packet. Okay, right. And one of these. Where is my drink? Give me some water. Please give me some water. Must be in the garage. wonder how we put my artwork up for auction. So I can raise capital to do my legal work. Isn't bamboo. This came from Pennington. A root washed up on the beach and I grew it. Yeah, it's growing like wild, but it's not bamboo. It's much weaker than bamboo and it's much lighter than bamboo. And my pillow that I made out of cat's tail fur. Yo, that's lovely stuff. That's better than duck down. That's better than duck down. Cat's tail fur. It's a reed. It grows. Yeah. What am I gonna do now? I've got to keep this box red. Keep this box red. Yeah, I've got to make another rip clip. That was my second invention. My first invention was toilet seat spray, handbag size. Spray your toilet and if you go into a public toilet. I thought I was onto a winner. Apparently, we have a bunch of stink bums out there who don't care that they sit on someone else's stink bum seat. Yeah, bunch of stink bums. That's all they are. So my second invention was it was a band. I've still got one here. It's a band, and you put it around your arm. I'm going to demonstrate it once. I'll put the clip on, and it has a clip on it, and the clip keeps the pipe out of the way. If you're spraying, it keeps the cord off the clothes. If you're ironing, it keeps the lawnmower cord away. If you're lawn mowing, it just clips into your arm here, so it's always trailing behind you. And I've got to make another one. It goes on with beautiful Velcro. This I made in the 90s. I made this in the 90s before I got married. And I still have the clips, the wonderful clips. My brother bought them from SA Phillips. They used them inside the television sets to grab hold of the wires. I might even have one here. No, not there. There must be one here. But I'm going to put one together, and then it will all become very clear how wonderfully it works. Hope they haven't fallen down, and I've got to sweep them. Look at my tobacco. This is the tobacco seeds after it's about 2 weeks now, just over 2 weeks. And there are now hundreds of tobacco plants. This basically, if you plant all of these, you'll be able to supply the whole world with tobacco seeds within a year. No, within 5 years. It's exponential within a year. Talking shit, Diamond. Within 5 years, you would supply. Look at how they grow. Look at the roots. That's growing off the sellotape. Growing off the sellotape. That was stuck on my advertising. I'm going to go plant this somewhere else because it's no use putting it back here, because these ones in the middle that grew off the sellotape are doing just fine. They're a little different color green, but nevertheless, they're still there. Okay, put that back. I can go grow this somewhere else. Oh, sorry, man. I think even if I put them in this jar and I put them upside down with their roots in the air, these will turn round and it'll grow off of the tape. I don't know, this is going to be my first experiment. It's got to have water. Tobacco's got to have water and sun. That's all it needs. It doesn't need anything else in the beginning stages. But I think I'm going to just sprinkle some sand around the top of that, because those roots are growing skyward now. So I don't know, I'm going to, maybe there is a little bit of sand attached there still, but I'm going to just sprinkle a little bit of sand over there just so that the roots don't feel totally left out of Mother Earth. Let me get some sand. Now this sand is from when I lost my airbrush's tip, and then I swept the floor looking for the tip. This is the sand that I swept up off the workshop floor. So it's going to have a bit of nutrients, it's going to have iron and a bit of phosphates and shit in it. Let's see what it does. Let's see what it does. As I say, you could actually grow turf with this stuff. You can grow it so tight. Can you see it? You grow it so tight. They actually mow it. In the factory, they mow it. They chop it. It's all automated. I'll just put some more water in here too. And I've got some dollars that I've printed. All of these dollars are printed with the seed inside. You can't see the seed. I divided the currency in half. I put it in like a watermark. The other currency has got it stuck on with cellophane sticky tape like this. From the other side, like that. $100 seeds. You see them, the seeds under the cellophane. Now I'm going to go and hopefully see if this type of marketing works for me. Then I'm going to use it for my crowd fund, and it should be quite unique. And I'm just tired. I'm not what I used to be. That's the only thing. But I must carry on, I guess. Right. I think I don't know who watches me and what they seeing. But I hope they see something that's about to occur, and get the proof of it. Nothing better than a bit of proof, unlike old carrot tops across the pond. Yeah. I think everyone is tired. I thought everyone is tired of talking about it now. You can see it tapering off. There's nothing more to say. They've actually reached the news don't know what more to say. They are so, there's just no real news. It's the weirdest time in history. And who did you tell to get up and bow, my darling? I can't see the live. They don't scroll, you see. I can definitely feel that the new tablet that he gave me is more of a sedative, and it just calms me down. I can feel that. I can feel that. So maybe it'll help me sleep. But I must find the other clip from my previous invention, because that'll bug me. That'll keep me up tonight. That will keep me up tonight. Let's see if this battery is better than this battery. I need to get some of those fluorescent in here, because we have solar for how long? For how long, Jack? I need the lid. No, this one's also going to be on that artist. This will also be on that artist. I wonder how my sound is. If anyone, please tell me if my sound is deep or if my sound is pitchy and sounds like I'm in a drum. Yeah, it does kind of look like the done side. Yeah. You see, yeah, it is dull, hey? And he shaves me a little bit. Yeah, this is a honey badger. A honey badger. Yeah, imagine trying to answer 20,000 people. Are you insane? Are you going mad in your head or what? Okay, right, so I must now get this lot transported. Let's take mine. Here's a riddle. Where in a public bathroom with an attendant present can you hide advertising? With nearly everyone that uses the toilet will discover your advertising, but the toilet attendant will not. How many of you know how I would do that? Like Monte Casino or Silver Star Casino. I can drop adverts inside the bathroom and I'll get nearly every one of them, any one of the patrons to receive the marketing, and the toilet attendant, the guy that walks around with the gloves, won't find my advertising. And I think that's quite advantageous, is it not? Because you can target any building. As long as you've got toilets in your building, I can get adverts into the toilet anywhere, anytime, any ad. As many ads as you want. Target marketing. So you can call me out on that one. Where would I put the advertising? In the toilet or in the bathroom, the cubicle, or wherever? The attendant can't find it, eh? He goes and sweeps in there. He can't just find it. Where would I put it? Come on. Someone must understand English that much to understand how to hide anything, anywhere. Okay, right, let me sit down and let this medicine start working while I break out my nostalgic side, my light meter. I don't think too many YouTubers use these anymore. It's a standard issue light meter we used to use in the, I used to use when it's locked. Why is it locked? Shouldn't be locked. No, it works. When I did standard issue photography. The old stuff. Beautifully made. Beautifully made in Japan. Boy, was I embarrassed when she visited the States. Oh. Yeah. Old light meter. See how many I get? Okay. He's growing tobacco like it's going out of fashion. And so now I've got to drag this table, I've got to drag this dressing table about 5 feet away. This dressing table weighs about 100 kilos with everything in it. So I've got a couple of methods I can use. Maybe I use like the Egyptian method, where I put it on some round poles and I roll it along. Or I put a coach bolt in it and I tie it to the back of my 500 and I just pull it, because there's a straight line to where my bike is. But then again, it is an antique, so I don't think a coach bolt being screwed into the base will do it much good. Coach bolts generally rip shit up. Okay. Or maybe I can use the hypodermic needle to put some grease, to put some lubrication on the floor. No, I think I'm going to do the Egyptian thing. I'm going to put little dowels, roly-poly it along. That's what I think I'm going to do. Let's just get all the rest of the shit off of the dressing table that's going to jing and fall down. Look at this box. They're not on the dressing table. You know, it's those days where this is my sister's, my late sister's dressing table. So I obviously love it to death. Okay, let me go and get the roly-polies. And once I've done with that, I'm going to give another demonstration of the burner. I'm going to try and burn that burner every night until I've made the valve for it, and progression will be seen. And I will be not trusted. I will get credibility. That's what I'm looking for. Credibility. Where's my Coca-Cola? Please, Jesus, let me find my Coca-Cola. I ask you nicely. It's a full bottle. I could not have lost, well, I could have lost a full bottle of Coca-Cola in the cottage. Hello. Petrol. Oh, Jesus, come on. I'm going to have a little hissy. Let me just see what this paper does here. It's that funny stuff. The one that makes you, supposed to make you invisible. They come from inside laptops. Funny stuff. Funny paper. Not paper, it's a polymer. Still doesn't help me. Doesn't help me with my Coca-Cola, and I need to be dehydrated. Let me get some water. Well, I've baked my handle. If I didn't go look for my Coke, my handle would be burnt to a crisp. So good thing. I didn't find Coke though. Okay. This is then dry. I'll just go put the brass shavings, because I'm mixing brass shavings. I hope you can see brass shavings with the resin. Maybe it's buried underneath the curtains and the material that's here. There's another bag of cereals. I was just struck with a dilemma. I found this lotto ticket and it hasn't been checked. And the lotto ticket, I'm sure, is expired because it's 2 years old. Do I go and look and see if I had won anything, or do I just destroy the ticket? What must I do? I could have won. This ticket could be worth $1 million or whatever. Could be worth the whole jackpot. I don't know. Do I go get it checked, knowing that it's expired, just to see whether I was the winner, or do I just throw it away? Which one would you do? Still doesn't help me with the Coke. Still doesn't help me with the Coke. It still doesn't help me with the Coke. It still doesn't help me with the Coke. What is an influencer? Must I influence you to do something? Or what is the score? Who influences who? I must influence you. Oh, I like a long beard. Oh, I'd also like to get a long beard. Whatever. How do I influence you if I can't influence you in the most fundamental way? To influence anyone, and that's enlightenment in knowledge of design, patents, and the skull and duggery behind intellectual property that is beyond your wildest dreams. Like, ask Larry Fitch, he'll tell you, from BlackRock, he'll tell you about skull and duggery. Skull and duggery. Where are you? My Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola. Ah, found it. Ha! Gotcha. Oh, I think I'm addicted to Coke. My cousin was marketing manager of Coca-Cola in Atlantis, I think. In Atlantis. Yeah. Oh. I've got to take all this stuff away so it doesn't rattle and then fall off. Like these tobacco seeds, I've got to go somewhere now, tonight. This is live TV, folks. Shit happens. Actually, these are the better brass filings. These are far better brass filings. Far better. Wonder if I can turn this thing down to there and you can see the brass filings. How nice they are. They almost looks like gold. Almost looks like gold. And it's heavy, and I turn all the fittings. I machine all the fittings for the hospitals, for the air that goes, the clean air that goes to the patients. I machine the fittings to the elbows and the T-joints and all those things that go to the various wards and theatres, etc., etc., etc. I've got to get more off here. I've got to get more off here. What's going to rattle? This is going to rattle. This is the type of thing that I do. My art, that's one of them. That's a piece that I did. It's an old style blade. It's inside the same kind of. This is from a palm tree. Yeah, and it goes back on, and it just stands there, ready, waiting. I've got to move this away. Okay, Julio, I'm going to sit now that I found my Coke, and I'm going to see who is shooting who and what is happening in the pot. And then I'll hand off to bed at some stage. See what's happening in the Middle East. Hopefully nothing too radical. Haha, how's that? Haha. My Manchester United. My Manchester United. Man United. Yeah. Footy, yeah. Yeah. I'm a Man United man. Huh? Huh? Man United, baby. My dear father gave this to me. He went to England to go and watch some other game there in England. He went to one of the most popular stadiums. He loved it. He loved it to death. Loved it to death. Okay, that's gonna go right there. find some place for me to sit down. Before I start my next escapade. I don't know if I'm going to go live with that because that might get ugly. Things might fall and break. It's rather like building a ship in a bottle, isn't it? Okay, let's see what's on the interwaves. Destroys interwaves. Oh, we know about that. We know all about that. I am not signaled. Why? This should have plenty signal here. This is why I'm moving the whole story in the first place, is to get good signal. I can't even get normal cellular signal here in this part of the house, down at the cottage. I can't even get standard issue Vodacom, MTN, Cell C. I've got all of them, and they all battle. Now, only some will know, the most loyal will know, that my telephone number is on the front of the bill. I'll say no more than that. My telephone number is on the front of the bill. So you can phone me. That's why I only want 100 people on my members. Because more than 100 people phoning me is going to drive me crazy. Okay. I'd rather scratch my back with a rusty nail. Been growing some good herb this year. It's good herb this year. Very good herb. Very good herb this year, Jack. Just sit down so your medicine can work, you idiot. Sit down and sit things. Still wondering about this lotto ticket. What must I do with this lotto ticket? Must I go and see if I was a winner? Or do I just burn it? Do I burn the lotto ticket or go and check and see if I would have won? I'm dying to know. This handle, actually, it's come out quite nice. It's got a yellow. It's got some yellow to it. Oops. It's got some yellow on the inside. Came out quite nice. It's a beautiful wood. It grows like this, and it is exceptionally strong. Exceptionally strong. My hobby. Finding things to do. Otherwise, you've got nothing to do. And what's really the point of it? And what really is the point of anything? Okay, this must go into my leather jacket and for the bike. And I must sit down. I must sit down and special hooks. Special hooks at the bottom. Let's just get it to be more or less straight. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. Auntie, your auntie, or your auntie. Auntie. Of miskien is daar mense wat Afrikaans praat, wat my uitcheck hierso. In my werkswinkel. My werkswinkel. My dear mother's stuff. My dearest mother. Joy died. Gone. Gone forever. Okay, where's this go? This is African snail I found. Who believes me? Come out, wherever you are. It's stuck on a page. He's eating the fucking paper. He's been eating my photograph. This is an aerial photograph. He's been eating it. Well, you better eat the rest of it, Sonny. Put him over there. I was weighing out resin. Looks like I've got one of those little drug dealer scales. They're beautiful for measuring out different ratios, epoxy and catalyst, activators, etc. Paint, a couple of drops of this and a couple of drops of that. Hey, you go and you do 1 milligram red, 1 milligram whatever. And you can get consistency every time. Ta-da-ta-da. plug off it. I wonder if I plug a cork, a wine cork. Why not? Wine cork's got a good tape on it. Bringing more things here than what I'm taking away. Who knows what this is? This is one of those roly-poly things that go on your drip, your intravenous drip. And the wheel goes up and down and it squeezes the pipe. Well, I'm going to talk quite a bit about that. I'm going to talk quite a bit about that in the coming future. I'm actually going to talk a lot about that in the incoming future because that is the fundamental evidence that I fit into a $32 billion market every year. That's one of the things. This is a valve, supposed to be a valve. This is not a valve. This is a wheel that squashes a pipe. And if it's a warm day, your luck's up, my buddy, you're not getting as much meds. Now, my item covers these type of valves all the way up to hydroelectric power station valves, petrochemical. All those valves are broken in the Middle East. My valves are going to be the replacements. Do you know how many valves there are going to have to be replaced in the Middle East? Billions and billions. How does Trump say that? The most valves in history are going to be, we're going to have the most valves ever before. And my valve fits in right from medical all the way through to plumbing and gas and toilets, how they flush, and urinals, how they flush, and even the thermostat in your car is going to be my valve. Even the thermostat in your motor car will have my valve design. Your inlet valve for your petrol or your gasoline will have my valve. Your shock absorber on your car will consist of my valve and be far superior to anything on the market. But I'm going to get into that in a lot more detail as soon as I start getting a start to people following me. I know it's boring watching me, but I don't think there's a better way of doing something live. You do something live, it's down in history, it's time stamped, and you got your shit together. So I think I'm gonna quit the live stream now. It's late, and I must clean up and try and get this dressing table moved. But I will be sure to see you tomorrow, and it might be in the morning. But thank you very much for watching. See ya.